morning, T-Binks. My mysterious black cat wanted to say hi, and I was told to change my lipstick, so I'll be right back. Thank you for tuning in to Addicted to Astrology. Okay, welcome to Addicted to Astrology with TMZ. I'm going to do something really quick tonight because I have my natural hair out and my edges are still growing in it. Y'all know I'm not very comfortable with my natural hair. But I always get some cute earrings and some popping lips, and I keep it moving. So I just really wanted to talk and try to bring back the consistency on this channel with me doing Wednesday and Sunday episodes. I'm also trying to stick with certain days that are very significant in transit, as well as the moon cycles. So we just had the full moon. I did that show a couple of days ago about the full moon in Gemini, which was really big. It was a lunar eclipse. I'll talk more about that on Sunday and how powerful that was and how in tune that was with the North Node and the South Node, as well as the upcoming new moon in Sagittarius in about 12 days. Today's December 2nd, 2020. I was saying about 10 days, on the 12th, we will have kind of sort of the portal opening with that new moon being right after that. Between the 12th, I would say, going into the 21st, which is the Great Conjunction, where all the planets are aligning again. Sort of kind of like that, but in degrees per se, and neighboring signs. And I'll show you better on the graph on the wheel. But I'm freestyling tonight just because I wanted to speak a little bit on astrology itself. When I talk about how intuitive I am, being a water sign, being a Scorpio in an intense degree, 22 degrees sun, having a Capricorn moon, having a Libra ascendant, and my Mercury, which is my mouthpiece, in Sagittarius, I have all the elemental planets in my leading placements. I have water as my sun, I have earth as my moon, I have the fire sign as my communication, and I have the air sign as how I come across, my rising sign, my ascendant. So I feel aligned with that. Speaking of what is aligned, and I'll probably clip in what aligned is right here. So being aligned is more of, in astrology, you are so in tuned here and inwardly that you align with your nerve system to the energies above. So below, I'm looking at these pictures behind me. And as I elevate, it was a good season, but I feel like I need to move on. I'm not talking to hardly any of these people. Some of them have passed on from this earth in these pictures. Rest in peace to their souls. But I just want to move on. I've been putting pictures up of me and my friends for a while, for decades now, and I need to move out of that. So that's going to come down soon before the 21 extension. And let's also talk about 2020 real quick. So I'm kind of just giving you little excerpts of what I'm studying and going to put in place, and to speak on Sunday, on my next episode. But I am speaking on 2020 briefly about how we all either ascended or descended in 2020. 2020 was not a bad year for everybody. I can say the 3 years before 2020 were rough. Nothing was a bad year above ground for anyone, I can certainly say. There are people underground that are alive. that had a better 2020 than some people on the ground because they came up from out of the ground and survived. There's so much. And it's true what they say about 2020 vision. A lot of people did awaken to certain things, and they will continue to awaken. And the big conjunction and the shadow period before are leading into this transformation period. And this is like either you're going to sink or swim at this point. Either you're going to push forward or crawl into a ball and cry and die. It's really that extreme. And you know I'm an extreme person, so I'm going to keep it all the way 100 with you. There is nowhere else to go but up. I don't want to be so cliche either, but there's nowhere else to go but up and on, moving forward. If you keep yourself healthy, if you keep your temple, your body in order. And the other thing, I know a lot of people don't know how to keep their body in order. That's why we have so many death related to health issues, because of the lack of knowledge. I'm learning, and I think I'm gonna get this name wrong, but let me try it anyway. It begins with a V. Vesta, I believe. Venta, something like that. I'll get back to you on that, but she is in Virgo. Virgo is a sign about health. There's really nothing else in Virgo but that. I can't even tell you what Venta or Vesta or whatever it is. I don't know if it's an asteroid or something. I know it's not a planet, but it's something out in the universe that Virgo is in, and it's trying to get the message to everyone from above, so below, that we need to work on our health, okay? It's easy to sit in fear and doubt versus mentally getting your mind in a healthy play. And how do you do that? You research, you exercise. Physically exercising makes this better. I don't know if y'all can tell, even I've been drinking a lot of water. My skin has been clearing up. My hair has been getting longer. My edges have been growing back. And I've been exercising as well. I walk at least 2 miles a day in the house doing walk away the pounds with Leslie. I'm not gonna give her shout out to her, but I can't give her own free thing because she's giving me free exercise. But shout out to Leslie. I do walk away the pounds at home, and then I go outside and walk with my kids or just get some fresh air. Vitamin D on my head, especially when it's sunny. You know, I take vitamin C pills. I take many herbs that my cousin, who has a herbal business, gives to me. Sea moss water that my other cousin has a sea moss water business, and we keep it going. I worked in an office most of the summer as well as out in the streets. We did a weekend with not a weekend, but 3 days in the weekday with homeless people overnight outside. I didn't feel no sicker dealing with them, and they didn't seem any sicker either. I went to Atlanta and went into several clubs and bars where nobody was wearing masks. I'm not trying to make fun or make anyone feel bad on those who have passed. I just want to bring light to certain narratives. We have been needing to work on our eating habits before COVID. People were definitely dying. A lot of people were dying from health issues before COVID. I do have a friend right now in the hospital who supposedly has COVID, but she had several. I was her supervisor. I had to rearrange her schedule several times this past summer when she worked with me in my federal government position. I was her supervisor. She had to reschedule several times for other health concerns. I tried to get her black seed oil and sea moss water and all that stuff before she could even pass on. Not pass on, I'm sorry. She's not passed on yet. Before she could go into the hospital. I'm manifesting. I pray for her, even though I'm not religious. I pray for her and I speak into existence that we're going to manifest her walking out of the hospital, so I can give her the black seed and things to keep her out of that hospital. Those of you who have survived, I know people to say different things. Some people say it's a mild cold. That's what it felt like. Some people had more complications. However, those people have had complications. I just really feel like we need to look at the whole picture, along with the election and voter fraud going on. And I feel that there are barriers that have been there that are breaking down right now, and that is with the Saturn and Jupiter planets. And let me get into that really quick, and I'm going to wrap it up. Now, if you notice, Saturn and Jupiter have been every 20 years coming together. Okay? Saturn is like the grandfather or the father of all the planets, and Jupiter is the biggest planet. He is the son of the grandfather, but the father as well. They both are masculine energy. They both are father figures. Saturn is more of authority and structure, and Jupiter is more of expansion and abundance. Saturn is, if you learn these lessons, I'll let my son Jupiter give you an abundant life. And I feel like the powers that be are definitely changing. However, those that are saying one narrative might not be the narrative that is true. The other one is definitely false. But the narrative that might not be all the way true still might be the narrative that is helping press on to the new era and the new energy coming in that is true for us all. It helps us. The better narrative helps us. I'm trying to stay away from that other thing that I hate when people talk about in politics, the better of the two evils. There's no evil on the other side. It's just getting some used to being controlled by the other end of the opponent spectrum. One opponent is leading us into somewhere we don't want to go. No one is available, or the information is not available for everyone to understand that. It's also unbelievable. However, as we go into this transitioning time, this eclipse season, this conjunction period of all the planets and all their energies. Conjunction means when they all blend together, and either they use their blended energy as a collecting of planets, or they use the energy of the most powerful planets, which would be Saturn and Jupiter. Saturn and Jupiter also move into Aquarius that same week. Aquarius is the sign of humanitarianism. It's a sign of new era, wiseness. It's an air sign, so it's about communication as well, communicating with the collective. It's the second to last sign. It represents the 11th house, which is the house of collective relationships, I believe. I gotta still work on houses, y'all. I'm definitely going to start looking at the 11th sign based on those two planets moving into an Aquarius placement for the collective. It's been in Capricorn. It's been in structure. It's at home in Capricorn. Saturn is at home in Capricorn. And Jupiter is at home in Sagittarius, but Jupiter is in Capricorn. They're both going into Aquarius. Saturn is also at home in Aquarius. Aquarius is also at home in Saturn, I'm sorry. Because, again, after it's taught lessons in its main home sign of Capricorn, it likes to see how you've worked out those lessons going into the new era and how you apply those lessons. New era being also, Aquarius has to do with new technology. Aquarius is a fixed sign, which I'm going to also study and get back on this to you all. Aquarius being a fixed sign means that there is energy that is set over the collective. So once we get into this new era, we'll have time to know how to settle into it and appreciate it and be thankful for it, and how to make the adjustments. The adjustments come from all the mutable signs, the Gemini the Gemini full moon that just passed, the Gemini North Node, which is how we move into our destiny as a collective, because the North Node again is in Gemini. Sagittarius is in the South Node, where we're moving away from. Sagittarius is also travel, spirituality, religion, philosophy, higher level thinking. Gemini and Sagittarius are the higher mind Sagittarius, Gemini lower mind. I'll show you a clip on that too. And lastly, Pisces is the last mutable sign. Pisces is in Neptune in home, the planet of illusions, and I feel that with Neptune still giving its strongest energy in the collective, over the collective, it is a generational planet again. It is in its home sign of Pisces. Pisces can go low vibing and high vibing. Low vibing meaning delusional, believing in things that are not true, obsessing over them with the Venus and Scorpio right now. There's a lot of water energy, and there's also a lot of fire energy right now in the collective. And if you know, either water puts out the fire or fire boils the water. And if water's putting out the fire, there still won't be a lot of smoke. So y'all get ready for a hot December. Let's say it like that. Get ready for a hot December. Y'all tune in on Sunday. I'll definitely have better notes. I won't be going off the top of my dome. Thank you for tuning in. I'm TMZ, teaching everyone abundantly, empowering many. Z. And my children name me. Holla.